Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, whatever time you are tuning in or watching a replay. Welcome. Today, what we're discussing is our enemy. And by enemy, I mean the thing we think that weakens us or that harms us. That's the definition of an enemy. But what kind of enemy I'm looking at or I'm talking about? The kind of enemy that by itself it will not actually harm us. It will not actually weaken us. It will not actually hurt us. But it's because we don't know anything about it, then we consider it as an enemy. For example, when we are trying to meet someone new, if there's someone who has social anxiety, or we're timid, or we're introverts, then meeting a new person is going to another example. So the opportunity of presenting, it's like a war, it's like an enemy, because we feel it's going to hurt us. It's going to show us, it's going to weaken us in front of people. We're going to mess up. We're not ready. We start to make all those stories in our mind. What we considered as an unknown becomes something that we fear. Because what we're afraid of means it's a threat. And our mind is made, our survival mind, our survival kit is made in a way to push away, to stop, to cancel, to erase anything that might harm us. And so darkness is an enemy, because for many of us, until even an old age, we fear the darkness because we don't know what's behind it. And that fear actually is rooted in experiences when we were young. Probably they scared us a lot when we were in the dark. Things were happening, some kind of mischievous things were happening in the dark. And so we developed this fear that whatever is dark is a source of, hurt or of discomfort. Okay, things like, for example, the depth of the ocean. Many of us, I am one of them. I used to be one of them. I used to hate going swimming in the sea where I am. There's no ocean. We're linked to the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. And so I used to hate going into the sea because it was dark. I couldn't see what's in there. There might be a threat. All those stories that I made in my mind. And so I didn't swim in the sea until I broke through that fear. Then because I learned about the sea. I informed myself that this Mediterranean Sea, for example, does not hold those big dangers that are like sharks or harmful creatures. It's just dark because there's no light. The darkness is the absence of light. So that makes things easier to handle. And I would used to be afraid of going into the saloon of our house because it was the darkest place, and because when we were young we were not let into that airspace because there were some things made of crystal, and they were breakable, they were expensive, whatever. And so that space was unknown for me. So whenever lights were off, I wouldn't dare even try to put my nose in. So again, whatever is unknown to us is something that we fear. Our defense mechanism or survival kit means it acts to push this away, regardless whether it's actually harmful or not. Now, the unknown feels unsafe. How can we break through this? History also shows that it shows how ignorance actually fuels prejudice, fuels bullying, or even wars. We didn't know the intent of the other, so to protect ourselves, we went into war against them, or we just bullied that person because they were different, and that different looked like a threat for us because we didn't know much about it. Another very common example, diseases. Before, a long time ago, we used to consider someone with cancer as someone like very dangerous. They might, it might be contagious. We might get the cancer from them because we were ill informed. Then, when the public learned very well about cancer and they knew that it wasn't something that is contagious, people with cancer stopped being a threat. We were more compassionate. There was more empathy. But still, some were still bullied. There are so many examples we see on the net and we hear about. Bottom line, whatever we don't know, we push away. We push away people, we push away opportunities, we push away everything that is different, that is unknown, that is uncomfortable. But this is not the end of the story. This is something very simple to overcome, or a bit hard, but can be overcome, depending on how serious the challenge is for you or what you actually suffer from. If it's just some kind of anxiety, a little bit of anxiety for what's unknown, that's easy to solve. But if you have a phobia, or if you have like social anxiety, things that are a bit more deeply rooted and at a higher level, then it might be a bit harder, but not impossible. And you might need support. You might need the help of a coach, like an NLP coach, like myself. I'm so happy that I can help people like this now. And so you can overcome this problem. So knowing about something fuels curiosity. So what was fear becomes now curiosity. And when you're curious, you want to learn. And when you learn and understand, then the unknown becomes actually a teacher. Yeah. So, first tip, first thing to do, call to action, right? Because we're all about action. When there's something unknown or someone you don't know, or a project that was offered you, or an opportunity, or a chance to go abroad, whatever, and it feels daunting, it feels scary because it's unknown, change it into something known. Start learning about it. And as you start learning about it, trust me, your curiosity will get out. You want to learn more, or actually, you want to stop learning about if you consider it as being something very far away of what you want, your values, your career, your whatever. I'm not saying that every time the unknown will become a friend. The unknown might actually stay an enemy, or might be something that you actually don't want to be friends. That's okay. But it becomes known. It becomes a teacher. It teaches you more about yourself. It teaches you more about the world. It helps you break that fear of just not knowing, the fear of just going for something, or just the fear itself. It's so paralyzing. When you learn about something, now you start understanding it. And when you understand it, it is now your teacher. I got a question from another platform I was on, and it was very interesting. And they mentioned, like, I don't have a problem with learning about something, but I don't trust myself that I can learn. Examples are people with social anxiety or people that lack self confidence. The first advice I gave them was to practice self love. our self confidence, in one way or another, or for one reason, comes from lack of self love. Because we don't love ourselves enough, we don't believe in ourselves enough, so our confidence is shaken, and we think that everyone else might harm us, no one wants to help us, no one is our friend. But when you practice self love, how do you practice it? By showing gratitude, practicing gratitude every morning. Mention, write down 5 things you're so proud of for yourself, about yourself, thankful that you have, thankful that you didn't have because it saved you from something. So be grateful. Number 2, look yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. You've been through so and so. You were able to overcome so and you have achieved so and so. And then start learning about the thing or the person or the place or whatever. When you put these 3 together, start because there is so much unknown around this skill is very important. Why? Because as we are born, we're born as white paper, right? We've heard this a lot. Babies, they don't know anything. They rely on their environment to learn. They rely on their environment to teach them something so that they can experience life, so that they can start achieving and developing into the growing person they are meant to be. So if you're afraid of learning, afraid of not learning, afraid of the unknown, then you're actually going to stagnate, stay where you are, because everything is unknown except the things you just learned, right? Or except the parents and family. Otherwise, everything else is unknown. And there's so much beauty in what we don't know that's just waiting for us to discover, and holding with that so many lessons. So next time you see something or someone, consider that thing or one as your new teacher, as your new necessary opportunity, new essential person that will help you move to your next level. And even the things or the people that hurt you, they are teachers. I am not by no means encouraging harm, but I'm saying that if something ends up harming you, hopefully not too bad or fatally, of course, God protect you. But if it harms you in any way, if you interpret it as a lesson, it will make you stronger. It will actually be that necessary step for you to go to the next level. You can make it this way. Okay? I'm not saying you have to go through harm to level up, but I'm saying you're going to be challenged, you're going to meet unknown, you're going to see new things so that you can develop to your highest potential, to your next level, to achieve new things. So instead of seeing them as threats, stopping you from the progress you deserve, look at them as teachers. Befriend them, start learning about them. They will help. They'll help you. They will lift you to where you need to be, or to the next step that will take you the next step, and so on until you reach your highest potential. I'm Lara Ghani Mekhnaiser, and I love being there for you and helping you overcome your challenges, get over your mental, emotional, or learning blocks. And I'm here for you. follow me, like this video, share it, and hopefully I can. My aim is to grow to reach 1 million people, 1 million people by in a year time, because I carry so much love, so much passion, and my calling is to help young people reach their highest potential. And I'll see you next time.